Hi, welcome to Hacking Capitalism, episode 11. My name is Todd Bonnewell. You can find out more about me at todd.bonnewell.com. Thanks again for joining me, Joe, for episode 11. We are going to be talking about, as I said, acquiring production means. A couple other working titles for that we were just talking through. And yeah, yeah. So we put a tack in it, and we'll get back to it later, I guess. But Joe, if you want to start us off with the definitions, we'll get right into this. Nope, just people's equity. That's it. That's it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, unless we can recapture that energy from the butterfly, right? Like if we can predict, and I think that's what we're getting to here is that if we know how to recapture the means, like not just recapture the literal means, but also the information that comes off of that, because all of a sudden now we're not having to forecast demand. We know demand. We know who wants what where, and that's what that's what all these corporations want with our data, is so that they can do that. So all we do is we take that data and we use it for ourselves, because if we're not giving it to them, then they're guessing, right? And if we're providing it for ourselves, then they don't exist. So, absolutely, man. I think this is, this is one of those parts of the hack that I think is that gets me real excited, because it's, you know, it's just a creative twist on, what capitalism really is. Yeah. 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 Hmm. No, I think that's a good summation, because it is really about the legal, like what can we legally do? The government, which should be us, it does this all the time, where they take roadways, uh, access to different areas of land, or through passages through land, and they purchase that land at a certain fair market price, and that's it. You have no real choice over the matter, and I think that's a good, if it's property, it's not, it doesn't have to be land property. So I think we can make some pretty, that means intellectual property, right? I mean, we say basically, sorry, there's no more patents. We've taken those and we've given them to the people, and and I don't know. It's just an interesting area that just, I don't think it's like we're not it's not what we're hacking capitalism is spearheading. It's not like we're trying to go after that particular but it exists. It's a hack within capitalism that we definitely want to call out, and we think that it might be, potentially instrumental, or at least carry some definitely some impact for certain people in different areas. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I think it's just definitely it's necessary. It's just necessary to talk about it, and to and to talk about the implications, and just give the idea. I think this is, as much as we talk about solutions here. It's I think it's really important to understand that it's plural, right? Solutions, and we're not talking about one approach. We're not talking about one thing. We're not talking about needing a leader, and we're talking about just a blueprint that anybody can apply. Yeah. 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 It's I think it's a perfect segue into the how, which is people taking action, right? Hmm. Yeah. 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 No. Never, 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 never. I don't care how much money somebody makes. Never. Yeah. People get all upset about the telemarketer that steals 2 minutes of their time every week, but defend adamantly defend their employer who steals 40 hours a week of their time, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. But we get it. We get it. We totally understand. It's not an obvious illusion, especially if you've been born into it and it's been part of your life. So yeah, openness and transparency, right? In everything. Yeah, I think maybe in data as a resource. Right. Right. Yeah. 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 And in fact, we encourage you to not. I mean, you don't have to participate in the system, right? I mean, it's because the system is what you want it to be. If you don't want to participate, don't participate. And that's I think that's the key in this is that it's not for nobody, right? It's for everyone. So whether you want to be included or not, you are or you are not based on what you want. So you ask of the system what the system then gives you. So I think by knowing what we need, it's easier to produce it. So if we're already doing okay with production, well, we can certainly increase production through efficiencies and deliver more to more people. So without the idea of a necessary exchange otherwise. And I think that, you know, that even if you just want to take from the system, it should be possible because the system, I mean, right now I believe it's so inefficient that even if a ton of people were just over consumers, aka Americans, then we'd just continue forward as usual, right? I mean, it'd just be a different segment of the population, just redistributed, and people will overconsume until they get fat and need to realize that they're unhealthy and do what they need to do to get back in order, hopefully, and then it's on from there. So I think that I think people really quickly realize that those things aren't good. I mean, it doesn't take much to realize the harm of overconsumption in an open and transparent world. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yep. Awesome, man. Um, I'm unless you have anything else to add, I think we'll put a little number 11 here away. Yep. All right. Well, Joe, thanks again for joining me in another episode here, and we'll see you next time on Hacking Capitalism in episode 12. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Joe.